Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a review for The Truman Show, which came out in 1998. And this is one of the most unique movies of all time, period. So to just hop right into the review, the concept for this movie is unbelievably unique. The premise is basically that this guy Truman, his whole life is a lie, and he's actually being filmed through secret cameras in this fake town that's like in this giant dome so that people can watch it on television. And since he's not acting, he actually thinks everything is real. That makes it an interesting show. It's like an experiment. And as a matter of fact, there's actually a disease named after this show called like Truman Show disease or something like that, where basically the victims think that they're being filmed for a TV show, they're the star of the show. And to be completely honest, I don't even think that was a thing until this movie came out, and then just the placebo effect happened and people thought it was happening to them. But at the end of the day, I don't really think it's happening to anyone, at least not that I know of. And I think the director of the movie even like commented about that, oh wow, we got a disease named after the movie, I guess that means we're successful. Also, if you're a fan of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, he actually references this in one of the books. He doesn't directly say The Truman Show, but he talks about how he saw a movie about a guy whose life was being filmed and he didn't know it, so it's pretty obvious. There's a lot of pop culture references in that series. But back to the movie, the performances are fantastic, especially Jim Carrey in the lead role. And the really interesting thing about this show is that it's not really like a comedy compared to other Jim Carrey movies. It's a very different performance. But I don't want to say that it's not a comedy at all and it's just a full drama. There's some comedic elements that kind of fit into the story, but it is more dramatic. And some people have even said it's like a spooky horror movie if you think about it. But it just does a really good idea of kind of blending these genres where I don't think it would really fit into one category over another. And there are a lot of movies where they kind of have multiple different elements, whether it's comedy or romance or action, and they kind of have a lot of them in there but don't really lean into one of them specifically. And usually that doesn't work because as a result, none of them are particularly great. But in this movie, it works somehow. It's just done very well. And Truman's character arc in this movie is actually really good as everything kind of just unfolds and he's starting to figure out something is off and he eventually realizes that he is in this reality TV show. And there's definitely some pretty interesting things they do with the story where they try to stage a lot of the stuff that happens. But there are some things like his romance with that one girl when he was younger that wasn't really part of the script, and they were just kind of going with the flow. And another great thing about this movie is that it kind of feels timeless because you don't really see much of the real world other than people watching The Truman Show. And it is on like full screen TVs, but it still could be set in the future or the past. But the actual like set, the dome that Truman is stuck in, just kind of the way that the town looks and that stuff, it doesn't matter if that's dated because it's like a utopia that they put him in. And overall, the ending is just great. Just one of the best endings to any movie. Truman is determined to get out of there, and the steps is just awesome. So overall, on the quality scale of 0 to 100, we'll give this movie a 95%. And if you haven't watched it, I would recommend you check this out. And again, this movie is just very iconic. It's very quotable, like the line, "Good morning, and if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night." All that good stuff. And if you've seen this movie, let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.